In 2006, in Maple Ridge, east of Vancouver, came the first sign of trouble. Wedding's name appeared in an RCMP search warrant.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're exploring the most infamous times when celebrated Summer and Winter Olympic and Paralympic heroes were found to have committed shocking crimes.
The South African has served just over half of his jail sentence following a crime and trial that dominated international headlines.
Wolfgang Schwarz. Coming into the 1968 Winter Olympics, Schwarz wasn't expected to win anything in figure skating. After all, his Austrian teammate, Emmerich Danzer, had dominated the World and European Championships for years, with Schwarz often taking second. Yet he achieved the incredible by massively improving from his 15th place finish at the previous event to take the gold medal in the men's singles. Yet fast forward decades later, Schwarz's once prestigious reputation was in tatters. In 2002, he was sentenced to 18 months in jail for human trafficking. In 2006, Schwarz hadn't learned from his punishment, as he received another 8 years for plotting to kidnap the daughter of Andrei Srbin, a wealthy Romanian businessman, whom he planned to ransom for around $4 million. James H. Snook. At nearly 40 years of age, Snook, a veterinarian, was part of the U.S. pistol team at the 1920 Summer Olympics. With his aid, they went on to win 2 gold medals. Yet 6 years later, Snook's life changed forever.
And he's seen as a very bookish man, and he is lured into sort of the love nest of Theora Hicks.
Already married to another woman, with whom he had a child, Snook met Theora Hicks, and they began an affair. In 1929, Hicks was murdered by Snook. He initially confessed to having killed her after she threatened the lives of his wife and child. However, Snook later claimed the confession was given under duress due to being attacked by investigators. Regardless, he was found guilty. In 1930, Snook became the first and so far only gold medalist to receive capital punishment.
And the doctor was convicted and sent to the Ohio Penitentiary, where he was ultimately executed for the murder of Theora Hicks.
Riddick Bowe. After battling through several other boxers, the U.S.'s Bowe faced Canada's Lennox Lewis in the final of the super heavyweight division of the 1988 Summer Olympics. While he controversially ended with silver, Bowe would use the experience to transition into a pro boxer, becoming one of the sport's best heavyweights.
But tonight, Bowe gets a rousing reception as he enters the ring. The record: 38 wins, 1 loss, 32 KOs.
In 1998, with his marriage falling apart, Bowe made a terrible decision when he abducted his estranged wife Judy and their 5 children by force. Judy was even stabbed. While Bowe pled guilty to the crime, he was controversially sentenced by the judge to only 30 days in jail, believing the boxer's brain injuries were a major factor. However, after the case went through multiple appeals, Bowe was sentenced to 18 months in 2003.
I just love my kids. I wanted to be with them, and I went about it the wrong way, but I'm sorry for that. But I just really want to be with my kids.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. Before he became one of the greatest boxers with an undefeated 50 streak, Mayweather represented the U.S. at the 1996 Summer Olympics, earning him a bronze medal in the featherweight division after a controversial loss to Serafin Todorov. Over the years, Mayweather has been convicted of violence multiple times.
They blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
In 2002, he received a 6-month suspended sentence for domestic violence. 2 years later, Mayweather got a 1-year suspended sentence for attacking 2 women, which was followed by a 90-day suspended sentence for hitting a bouncer. In 2010, Mayweather's rage led him to being charged with domestic battery against a former girlfriend. After agreeing to a plea deal, he received a 90-day jail sentence, which he completed in 2012.
Everything has been allegations. Nothing has been proven, so, that's life.
Ryan Wedding. At the 2002 Winter Olympics, as part of Team Canada, Wedding was involved in the men's parallel giant slalom, finishing 24th out of 32 competitors. After that, the snowboarder left professional sports.
Once an Olympic snowboarder from BC, now one of the FBI's most wanted.
Instead of coaching or something related to athletics, Wedding got involved in the illegal substance industry, earning him a 4-year sentence in 2008. Yet, upon his release, he seemingly stepped it up.
He's someone who needs to be brought to justice because this won't be the end.
Armed with a criminal empire, as well as continuing with selling and smuggling substances, Wedding allegedly got involved with murder, too. In 2024, the U.S. formally charged the Canadian. He earned himself a spot on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted Fugitive list with a $15 million reward for his capture. And in early 2026, Wedding was arrested in Mexico, potentially facing life in prison. Steven van de Velde, a rising star in the Dutch beach volleyball scene. In 2014, Van de Velde destroyed that trajectory when he traveled to England to assault a fan who was a minor. In 2016, after being extradited to England, Van de Velde was sentenced to 4 years in jail. As part of the deal, he returned to the Netherlands to serve his sentence and was released after 13 months. Following his freedom, Van de Velde drew more ire for his lack of remorse. At the 2024 Summer Olympics, the disgraced volleyball player was selected to represent his nation at the tournament. A petition with over 100,000 signatures called for Van de Velde's removal. However, he competed, earning boos from the crowd as he did. Godwin Okpara. Coming into the 2000 Summer Olympics, pressure was on for the Nigerian football team to duplicate their incredible gold medal-winning performance from 1996. Unfortunately, they were unable to do so, being eliminated in the quarterfinals. One of Nigeria's selected overage players was Paris Saint-Germain defender Okpara. A year following his retirement from football, any goodwill Okpara had created was smashed when he was arrested in 2005 for enslaving and assaulting his adopted daughter. In 2008, Okpara was sentenced to 10 years in jail, with his wife Linda earning 15 years for her involvement. In 2017, following both their releases, the former defender found himself in further controversy when he was arraigned for attacking Linda. Felix Verdejo. At the 2012 Summer Olympics, while representing Puerto Rico in the men's boxing lightweight class, Verdejo lost in the quarterfinal to eventual gold medalist Vasily Lomachenko. Yet he used that experience to transition into a title-winning pro boxer. In 2021, Kishla Rodriguez's body was found in the San Jose Lagoon. It soon emerged that not only was she murdered, but she was pregnant by Verdejo, who was reportedly married to someone else at the time. After allegedly pressuring Rodriguez to terminate the pregnancy and failing, Verdejo and a friend took drastic measures by taking her life. In 2023, the disgraced boxer was found guilty of murder and was sentenced to life imprisonment. Alfred Krupp von Bohlen und Halbach. At the 1936 Summer Olympics, which were held in Germany during Adolf Hitler's reign of terror, Krupp was a member of the host nation's team that won a bronze medal in the 8-meter sailing event. As well as being an avid sailor, Krupp was also the head of the weapon manufacturer that bore his family name, and he was a keen supporter of Hitler. So much so that their connection led Krupp to using at least 100,000 prisoners as slave labor for his company. Following the end of the Second World War, Krupp was sentenced to 12 years in jail. However, in 1951, Krupp was pardoned by the U.S. authorities. He agreed to pay his victims nearly $1,200 each in compensation. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into Settings and switch on your notifications. Oscar Pistorius. Known as the Blade Runner, Pistorius was a megastar in the Paralympics.
Place on South Africa's track team is the culmination of a difficult and at times controversial quest to become the first amputee track athlete to ever compete at an Olympics.
And for good reason. After all, the South African won 6 gold medals, a silver, and 1 bronze during his record-smashing career as a sprinter. Yet, a year after competing at the 2012 Summer Olympics, Pistorius' legacy was forever tarnished when he killed his partner, Reeva Steenkamp, at his home. While he claimed he believed Steenkamp was an intruder, causing him to fatally shoot her, Pistorius wasn't let off.
The verdict was unanimous and unexpected. South Africa's Supreme Court calling Pistorius' original jail sentence inappropriate and raising it.
After several trials, which saw the conviction against Pistorius changed to murder and the punishment increased multiple times over the years, he eventually received a 13-year and 5-month sentence in 2017. In 2024, the disgraced athlete was released on parole.
For 5 years, he'll live under conditions and could be returned to prison if he breaches them.
Did we miss any other Olympic heroes turned criminals from the video? Let us know below.